Hello, I'm Z, and welcome back to Amnesia, a machine for pigs. We're gonna continue right on from that sewer section. Ah, we love us some sewers, right? What a lovely place to be, the sewers. Certainly where I want to be. Certainly. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else. This game does take a longer time to load though. Like, I've noticed that. It takes a longer time. It's a bit annoying, but you know. Also, today, you'll probably see it, because I mean, it is today. You'll probably see it, but new series, and I'm really excited for this one. It's gonna take a long time to actually finish, but yeah. Okay. I'm a bit scared. Oh, we have another airlock. We haven't had those in a while. You're not gonna close that door? Oh, good. Okay, there we go. Nice. Get me through this. Sanitize me. Do whatever you need to. Now I'm on this other side. Actual monster? It might be that way. Oh, it's down there. I see. Oh, I'm not gonna have fun in this section, am I? Oh, these guys, this is where these guys live, huh? A nest of wretches. Dear God, a whole nest of these foul creatures. No mind, my instincts have drawn me thus far, and I am sure somewhere in this dank complex is a means of further descent. I will not see their faces as they go about their dark business, and yet I watch them and sleep and eat and play. They are so very human. And so very childlike. And I will not think of what I have seen, of the chairs and cages. I will not think of how such monsters may be sculpted. I think you sculpted them, man. I do think you sculpted them. I'm gonna be honest with you. As disappointing as that might sound for you, yeah, I think you did sculpt them, Mandus. Oh. Close him in. Alright. Another one here. They're just in cages. Closed. Man. This is kind of sad, actually. I'm kind of scared at the same time because I know it's gonna put one that's not closed here. But it's kind of sad at the same time, isn't it? That one's sleeping. It's very human. They are very human in nature, it seems. Oh, you want me to descend down? Oh yeah, no, I'd love to. It would be my pleasure, wouldn't it? I'd love to go down there with the pigs. I can't even see anything. Please, God, be merciful. Are we good? That's a lot of shaking, you know? Oh. Descent even more. Why not? Why not? It's what we love to see, isn't it? I like how I'm literally looking on the recording right now. And you cannot see anything. That's why I turn up the gamma. I turn up the gamma so you guys can actually see something. Because I've noticed, I've learned how to turn up the gamma to the exact amount where, for other people looking, it looks just like what I see. And that's what I want to portray, right? Because, like, I want you guys to see what I'm seeing, not just some darker image. To the point where you can't even tell what you're looking at. We're descending real deep. Real deep. This is below even where those pigs were. And there's a lot of shaking here. Oh. Okay, so we're down here. Wow. Oh, look at that. Oh, actually, let me take a good look at these. So, this is the surface. This is where we were with the silos and everything, and the rooms, the regular houses, you know. Like, there's research buildings, and I think that's the church. Is it not? Might be the church. One of these must be the church. Then there's like the production houses and everything, the alchemy, yeah. You start going down, there's pigs being cut for meat, right? In the underground. I don't know why it's in the underground, but it is in the underground. Then you go even lower, past where we just were, and you see pigs being processed into meat, and meat pools and concoctions being like created here with that gigantic barrels and output and everything. And here's just a pool of, I think, excrement, right? That's where we just were, or maybe not. This might be something else still. Now we're here in this tube, and then down at the very bottom is a man and his machine, along with fueling. We've already been to fueling, though, have we not? Steam machines, huh? Very interesting. From tide to spine, he placed his head to vice and spun the wheel until the skull cracked, and the thoughts leaked onto his shoes. It relieved the pressure for a while, but it soon returned. Right, so now we're in this little box that we saw in that drawing. Steam engine room. Alright. Well, interesting place. What does it say? Bilge pump. Maintenance access. Oh, we have a pump zone. Okay.
You seem to have undergone quite a profound conversion in Mexico, Mr. Mandus.
You could not have seen it yourself and not, Professor. As we disembarked, even through my fever, I saw the detritus of this so-called progress. I saw starvation and disease, rot and destruction polluting the waters of the Empire. We are ruiners, you and I, and all of us, and we make the world unclean.
And you took it upon yourself to act as Redeemer.
Professor, I would not be so presumptuous. I am merely a conduit. I am constructing an architecture to wrestle our damnation to the ground and smother it with steam.
Mandus seems like he has some interesting principles after he went to India. I'm gonna open up a packet of something and grab myself a cookie. Very interesting. Do you have a journal entry? No, you don't. Not just yet. That's cool. That's cool and creepy that you can see someone walking on the other side. Well, what I can tell is Mandus is a bit of a mystery character here still. I'm trying to piece together what I have. It seems that Mandus might have created these pigs. He might have been responsible for the company that created the pigs, right? He might have worked with Brennenberg. At the same time, he seems like he has principles, right? He wants to restore some stuff in the world that he thinks are lost. And that's interesting. Hold on one second, I'm gonna drink some water because I was thirsty. Not very professional of me to like eat and drink while I make videos, but I'm not a professional, so it doesn't matter. Okay, let's head on through. Red light never usually means anything good.
He's here.
Oh, the child again. Who are you alerting that I'm here?
I said you'd come.
I'm hearing electricity and water, probably the monster. Now we have a new journal entry. The pump rooms. These must be the bilge pumps. I'm at the heart of the saboteur's efforts. In order to keep his flood in place, he must have disabled these vast pumps. But he has clearly rushed. He was clearly rushed. Thus far. He has left most of his work incomplete. His clumsy efforts reduced to simply switching off all that he could find. If I can relocate the controls, the remedy will be simple. But I'm guessing monster in the water. I'm gonna guess that's what the sound is. Yeah. So for now, I shouldn't be very scared of it. But the controls are in the water, it seems. Okay.
Ahead, the trickle to still waters. I dragged myself deeper into the temple, downward ever, towards a wind that held the voices of my children, beckoning me to set them free.
That's a very interesting piece of music. I like it. Who was just there? Someone was there and then like blood vanished. I don't know. Did some blood magic and vanished. What was that? Okay, the game is trying to trick me more and more by throwing what it hasn't thrown at me. Go back up, or I could go over here, which is... Oh, this isn't a door, this is just a path that leads to going back up. You can get all agitated, it's not gonna do anything, because you can't reach me currently. That's very cheap. That's... believe me, I did get scared from that. I got fucking... I almost shit my pants, but like, that's very cheap. That's not even worth a reaction kind of cheap. I don't know why you could always open these. There was never anything in them. The game really is resorting to like last efforts now. Alright, how would I put this into words? I get why people say that this is a worse game. I wouldn't personally say that this is a worse game. A worse game than Amnesia, A Dark Descent. Why is that? Because this game does things in a different order. First of all, it starts with you being in an unfamiliar environment, which is just like Amnesia, right? But it doesn't throw you in an unfamiliar environment in the sense of your location, you know? Because in Amnesia, you were in a castle. Not many people have been in a castle, right? But here, you were in a mansion. A lot of people might have been in mansions before in their lives, and it might feel a bit more familiar, right? There's also this eeriness about the mansion, which adds another layer of horror, right? More, actually, terror, not horror. And pretty early on, you get to see the first glimpse of the monster, right? Which in Amnesia, it's not very early on that you actually get to do that. It takes quite a bit to actually see the monster for the first time. Which is a distinction for this game, right? And this game very quickly throws you into scenarios where you are being locked in a room with the monster, having to manage your way to survive, right? Amnesia: The Dark Descent doesn't do that. It waits to do that. It really does. Right to the finale, it does that. And now that the Amnesia, a machine for pigs, has used those, like, those cards, let's put it into words, right? Has used, like, those last resorts of having you be in a room with monster, having you be in a room with multiple monsters, having monsters that are here and there, and then they pop up, and unfair monsters, right? Now that it's done that, it doesn't know how to scare the player, because clearly I've adjusted to it, right? If you were to put me in a room with a monster, I'd still be scared, right? But I wouldn't be as scared as the first time I was in one. So it resorts to, like, these cheap jump scares, like that one on the ladder. It feels a bit weird, or the thing that teleported, right, or like that vanished that I could see. Okay, so this is now turned on. Did that raise the water level? Doesn't look like it. Oh, but that doesn't. Okay, no, I do like the addition of the pig mask. The pig mask, I think, is one of the defining good features of Machine for Pigs. When you go through a zone and you turn back like a few seconds later and you see the pig mask, you actually just think, whoa, no, okay, no, that's weird. Which is really cool. I like that a lot. Now I can go over here. Main pump room. Yeah. This looks like a lovely place, right? I'll have to go back and look what that cheap jump scare was. I know it was a severed head, but I couldn't even... It wasn't even on the screen long enough for me to be able to tell what it was. Actually, the quick glimpse I caught of it, I'm gonna guess it's a pig by my quick assumption, but you know what I saw? I saw a decapitated head of an orc from World of Warcraft. That's literally what I saw. Like, I couldn't pay attention to what it was, right? But I saw it. So, okay. Valves and pipes. Another pump. It seems once again I must engage it. I cannot help but feel I am trapped in some great game. Forced to undertake endless Herculean labors for the promised reward of my darling children. I think they're dead. Mandus. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think your children are dead. As grim as that sounds, I don't think your children are alive. I think they've been turned into these pigs by you, because they died somehow. Oh my god, don't do that. Okay. Okay. That was a good scare. That was actually a good scare. No, I'll be honest there. That really got me scared. Holy shit. Ah, and that thing is fast. That thing is faster than you, I think. Whew. Bit of a scare there. You're really scared than that. Too bad nothing is voice acted in this. You know, I would love if this game had voice acted stuff. Like, clearly the phone records and all that, right? But like these diary entries or like journal things, right? I'd love to have these voice acted. Not because it's like, oh, it's a chore to read, I don't want to read through them, and that's not the case. I love reading through them. I love learning the lore of these games and everything, and I love them so far, but you know, at some point, it's nice to hear your character talk about his own stuff, right? It's nice when that happens. Anyways, I'm at like 19 minutes. I might as well talk for just a bit more and then leave it off, because I don't want to go in there and realize, oh, there's a monster, and trigger some stuff that I might do next episode. That was a good scare there, right at the end though. Here, it got me. I was just gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna walk over here, I don't know what's this way, and then boom, I fall into the water and it starts chasing me. That's good. Yeah, so really the only things I've heard about this game is, oh, the game is bad, it's not good, you might as well just skip it. Don't skip this game. This game is good. If you were to play a Machine for Pigs before Dark Descent, you would say that's a good game. Yeah, that's a good game. And if you were to play A Machine for Pigs after The Dark Descent, some people apparently would say it's a good game, but worth a try. Or some people would say it's a bad game, not even worth it, because it doesn't innovate, right? This is what this game doesn't do. This game doesn't necessarily innovate. It removes some functions, actually. But I don't feel like those functions were ever really that needed. In The Dark Descent, you had the oil mechanic with the tinderbox and everything, right? It's always great to have a survival a horror, right? But it's also good to just have a horror game. You don't always have to make it survival, where you have to collect resources in order to keep your stuff going, right? Because there were times where I suffered because I didn't have oil. And you could say, oh, well, that's just bad management of your resources. And yeah, but I can guess where the next oil deposit was, right? I can just be like, okay, well, I'm gonna save my oil, go through the whole game without the lantern on. The people watching my video are not gonna see anything anyway, you know. Might as well. So what this game does well is you can always keep your lantern on. The game tells you when there's a monster nearby by flickering your lantern, which is nice because in Amnesia sometimes you can, in Dark Descent you can sometimes tell when the monster was nearby. And sure, it provided some interesting moments, but most of the time it was just frustrating because you had no way to tell. And the lack of an inventory in this makes it so you don't have those moments where you're like, what do I have to do? Did I miss an item somewhere? You're never gonna have that. You're not gonna have the did I miss an item somewhere moment, because this game fixes that issue by not giving you items. It gives you zones in which there might be an object that you need. That's all though. I think it does stuff really well. Maybe not perfect, maybe not better, but it does do stuff that the stuff that it does do well. This game. My current thoughts on it. I haven't reached the ending though, so I'll have to see about that at the end. I'll talk about it more. But anyways, I'm out of time for this episode, so if you enjoyed this episode, leave it a like, have an awesome rest of the day, and I'll see you tomorrow.